Hey, I am TC, your girlfriend, not girlfriend, and the most honest F buddy you've never had. Today's topic, managing my friends with benefits relationship with both Brian and Tyler at the same time. I have another quick story time for you guys. Let's get into it. For this story, it takes place during the transition between Brian to Tyler. It was a very challenging time for me because I was trying to handle the Brian situation well and transition smoothly into hanging out with Tyler more. Brian no longer lived in the same city as I did, and Tyler is now a part of the new city. Now, I did not want to just up and throw Brian in the trash and move on to Tyler after I met him and we decided that we were going to, be excited and explore together. I didn't think too much of me and Tyler's situation. I thought that me and Tyler were just hanging out, having a good time. And Brian was asking me, what's up with you and dude? Are y'all chilling or y'all just chilling? And I'm like, we just chilling for now. And then we started chilling. I'm like, yeah, we chilling. Like we're having sex, but we're not, nothing else. Like I'm not even hanging out with him all that much. And that was the truth. Now, Tyler liked to have a lot of my time. So he was always inviting me to stuff, wanting to grab dinner, wanting to hang out. And I liked that energy because I was essentially alone in a new city by myself. And Tyler knew the city very well. He's from San Diego. So he knew all the places to take me, all the things to do. And Brian was away. And it wasn't like, oh, he's away, I'm going to move over here. It was just, he's away, I'm a free agent. Brian's a free agent. He's been free agenting all this time. Cool. I'm just going to spend some time with a person that is here and I enjoy spending time with. Now, as Tyler started to pull more on my time and attention, so did Brian. Because Brian was like, yo, what is going on? Understandably so. Because for the past, not 7.5 years, but like intermittently throughout these 7.5 years, we were spending a lot of time with one another. And if you've been watching my channel, you know that I don't like to spend time anywhere else or do much else because it's too much going on when I get too many people involved. So he was used to kind of my full attention and focus, unless it was on film and other things. So naturally, he was pulling at me. And the more he pulled at me, the more it frustrated me because I was like, yo, I'm free to do what I want to do. Like, I still want to spend time with you. I still want to hang with you, but don't try to make me feel some type of way for giving somebody else my attention. I'm free to do that the same way you've been free to do that this whole time. Now, for most of this transition, Brian and Tyler were not in the same place. When I started hanging heavy with Tyler, Brian was not present. There came a period of time, I want to say for like a couple months, where Brian was actually in San Diego while me and Tyler are developing our friendship. This was such a difficult time for me, let me tell you, because I was literally killing myself trying to spend time with Brian and trying to spend time with Tyler. And I was trying to make the time equal so that neither one felt like I was choosing the other over the other. I wanted both people to be happy. And they're not going to be fully happy, but I wanted them to not feel like I was neglecting them. I didn't want them to feel like I was leaving them to be alone and by themselves while I'm just off doing whatever. I just was trying to be very cognizant of that. And ironically, as much as I was killing myself to spend time with both of them thought that I was spending more time with the other person. So weird. I remember during this time, I was not even getting a lot of sleep. I was getting off work, hanging out with Brian, and then after a certain time, going and hanging out with Tyler. And then I would also have to decide who I was going to spend the night with. And mind you, it wasn't like, oh, okay, I'm fucking him and then fucking him and then fucking him. It wasn't like that. It's just like, who am I spending my time with was the thing. Sex or not, who am I spending my time with? And both parties wanted my time. Both parties wanted to hang out. Both parties wanted to watch a show, watch a movie, chill out, talk, eat, dinner, both. And I was not even having much time to sleep. And I say that with no exaggeration because if I got off work and spent time with Brian and then went over Tyler's, Well, Tyler doesn't want me to sleep when I get over there. He wants me to spend time with him. And the same as if I got off work and went over to Tyler's and then came back and hung with Brian, the same thing. It was like both people wanted me, naturally wanted me to be awake, to watch the show, to chat about whatever else, to play cards, to do whatever. And it just all became way too much for me. Now, Brian is more assertive in his efforts to obtain my time. And Tyler is more, I don't know, he's conflict avoidant. So there were times where he was feeling some type of way where he wouldn't really share it. And he was just less pushy about my time. He would text me and be like, hey, if you are able to, I'm doing this or that. Whereas Brian was like, yo, are we watching this or that tonight? And I would have to be like, tonight I gotta go here. So what I will say is, especially since Brian was no longer going to be living in the same city as me, I had to tell Brian, like, listen, both of you are a priority to me and I'm trying to make that apparent, but you have to stop demanding my time. You have to stop assuming that we are going to spend X amount of days together out of the week just because that's how it's been for the past 7.5 years. I am trying to give you all the time that I can, and I'm trying to give him all the time that I can. And you guys it sucks, but you gotta be fair to me. I feel like I'm being split in half here. And he was not. I can say that with honesty. And neither was Tyler, I found out later. Both parties were upset no matter how hard I tried to split the difference and be fair to both of them. It just, didn't work. Which is why I feel like people who are trying to do the whole having all these friends with benefits, more power to you. Now, to be fair, for my situation, I was spending a tremendous amount of time with both people prior to them being in the same city and then me now having to make that adjustment. If you start off in your friends with benefits relationship and you guys only see each other once or twice out of the week or sometimes, or it's easier to manage more people in the fold. But I just know trying to make everyone feel seen, trying to make everyone feel accommodated for and cared for was a difficult task for me. And eventually I had to tap out. And what I mean by tapping out was I had to tell Brian, like, listen, and it didn't even happen when he was in the same city. Like, while he was in the same city, I just kept doing that for the few months. Like, really did wear myself ragged until they were in separate cities. And the time that I could physically spend with Brian was not as much. As I was doing throughout the whole process, letting Brian know that I am transitioning this way, like, this person's going to be living where I'm living. You're not. You're going to be doing your own thing. It can't stay the way that it was, period. So I suppose that concludes my story time. Lesson learned on multiple friends with benefits at one time. I don't really do it, but just if you do, if you're a person who you feel like that will work for you, just consider the fact that you may possibly run into a situation where you're trying to make all these people happy and you're not making yourself happy, or you're draining yourself trying to make other people happy. I just want you to be cognizant of that. That's why I told this story. Of course, if you have any further questions or you want me to go into more depth about some aspect of this story, feel free to ask in the comments below. I have no problem sharing. But as always, until next time, guys, be free, have fun, be safe, and enjoy.